Hello, welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay, and today we are going to do a reading on a message from an animal spirit. I feel like this is also a long-awaited message from an animal spirit. So whenever you come across this video is the right time to hear this. And we're going to go ahead and look at these cards here. So I hope you all are doing okay, having a good day so far. Whenever you reach this video, if you can hear the crickets, it is just got dark outside where I'm at. So we have some nice little ambiance there. What is some more messages for selections? Okay, Queen of Swords. Give us one more, please. Wow, all in the same kind of colors. Interesting. Alright. So this is going to be selection 1, the Hermit. Selection 2 is the Queen of Swords. And selection 3 is the King of Cups. You will find your timestamps for each reading in the pinned comments or in the description box below. And I will see you in your selected reading. Hello to those of you who selected the Hermit card here with the group number 1. So we're getting a message from an animal spirit here, a guide, a long-awaited message that has been coming, and I feel like you have been in deep meditation of something here that you're illuminating your mind a little bit more than usual. Maybe you have reached some kind of different level in your meditation. I'm also feeling like something to do with your health could be improving at this time, or taking a turn to be able to improve itself. The arm here on this side, not showing that much. I feel like there is something about your direction at the moment. You're being kind of paused, and so that you can contemplate and meditate on something, because the direction that you are moving in right now is being given a new perspective to look at. Okay, so the red fox is going to be your animal spirit for tonight. And from these starseed cards, we're going to ask the red fox, what is it that we need to know at this time? Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of one who mirrors your hidden self. Okay. And we have patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Yeah, I can see, as I was saying that, I could see the fox pacing back and forth, because it's waiting for something to be the right time to do something, and it's kind of impatient doing that. It's like, like it has this nervous energy to it. So yeah, now is the time to reflect on something, have the patience to, because I'm feeling like you're pulling back to spring forward here. And now's the time to have strategy, because it's like you're getting, I heard the saying, getting a chicken out of a maze. So it's like the fox is trying to get the meal, but in order to get the meal, it has to be clever and cunning to get past all the traps to then get the prize. So it requires patience, it requires some reflection, some, designing the situation. What can you use to your advantage? What has the least resistance up against it to get at least something going? Let's get some more messages here. What do those who selected group 1 also need to hear right now? You need to hear no. So yeah, now is the time to reflect, be patient, pause. This is, I feel like this reading is going to reach people who are going to be frustrated with this reading. Because I feel like sometimes the universe puts us in a pause. Like that frustrated fox I saw pacing back and forth. Like, we don't want to stop. We want to keep going. Just noticed that the light was really shining on this. So I'm going to switch these up. So let's go ahead and get some more tarot on the situation. Pretty straightforward so far. So there's just like some replanning. That number 3 is also showing me that maybe you can get this information from a sibling, a friend. You can get it online. Maybe even someone who's quite close to you, very close friend. Hierophant. The Chariot in reverse. The Empress. The Sun on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, even these cards say it's time to stay put. This is the card of movement, travel. It's up in reverse, and then the Empress card is kind of like the receiving card, sitting back, waiting, reflecting on your kingdom. I also feel that this crane, there's something to do with relationships involved, long-term relationships. The Hierophant is, with all this, is also giving me, if there's something to do with commitment and you're signing any papers, or this is becoming official or something like that, like that you're going to get married or something like that, or if you're being asked, I feel like hopefully it's not an embarrassing situation where there's a bunch of people around waiting for you. What are you going to say? Are you going to say yes? Hopefully that's not the scenario. But if it is, if you could, I don't know what you would do in that scenario, but I would, if I wanted to think about it, I would just say plain out, I want to think about it. But I don't know. I've never been in that situation, and I'm not really in that situation at the moment, so I can't really put myself in that headspace. But I do feel like telling someone that you need to develop, just tell them all the little things, like I need to develop a strategy, we should be patient, we should reflect on what we should do moving forward, we should postpone some things, maybe we're getting pressured into this by some reason. This card is giving me the reason is something about someone in the hospital. I don't know why that just came through, but that let's get you one more of these cards here. Alright, you have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So lovely to see that. Yeah. Now is a time I feel really there's not a lot of action and motion forward. You're going to really have to dig down deep, and regardless of your gender, get into that feminine energy. And I'm seeing this is connecting, here with lots of different forms. I mean, here we're talking about the red fox, and I'm going off that main message is that we're feeling like frustrated by the fact that we want to go, go, go. And the Hermit card that you chose in this reading is kind of this pause for enhancing your wisdom in the situation, so that you can have the right strategy to move forward. So let's go ahead and get you a number here. What do those that selected, what number do they need here for group 1? 62. 62. Here, let's do like an angel number. So let's get a 4-digit or more. 85. All right. That is your number. 6285. All right. Well, that is all I have for you this evening. The Red Fox. Thank you, Red Fox, for coming in and helping us with the situation that we're in. Thank you for helping guide us through these tricky things and adding your strategy energy to us. All right. Well, come join me again if you feel so called, but I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you who selected group 2 with the Queen of Swords. Welcome to your reading here. All right, so the message already is showing me a lot of clarity in the mind, being a wordsmith in some kind of situation. All right. Let's see what your spirit animal, this is more about your spirit animal, even though we did not pick from a spirit animal. Starseed, raise the vibration of the planet, forgot about the light. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant loving light. What other things does the animal spirit want to speak through the Queen of Swords? Here we have truth, see your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth. Those are very appropriate for the Queen of Swords. All right, so already I feel like there is someone that is going to be significant. This person may be a scholar, might have some significant amount of schooling in some way. But let's get her a clarifier card real quick. Cards. We have the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So already I feel the Knight of Wands has kind of created this situation, but it's like I feel like the movement of this is gonna move very quickly with passion. And I like there's this sense where you're gonna feel like a fire underneath you to keep you going, having the ambition to keep going. And also there's some powerful reason and purpose behind speaking your truth at this time. It's going to release you from this metaphorical cage that you have in your mind in some aspect, and then you're going to be free to express yourself. And I feel like that after, you know, you've used this energy to move forward, you unblock this energy and then you rise to the position of the Queen of Swords here. That's what is coming through. And what is the animal spirit that wants to join those that selected group 2? Tarantula and Raven. All right, Tarantula and Raven. Connection and news. So yeah, I feel like there is a lot of what I was hearing before while I was shuffling these is there is a lot of people involved, and connection kind of tells me that, webs tell me that, news, being able to connect with what's the news around you. Yeah, and then we have swords, and I feel like this guy, he gets around, so there's a lot of talking that happens with this dynamic. Align your life. Pleiades. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay. Wow. So through this connections that you are going to have here, feeling like they sent us multiple animal spirits here because there's multiple things involved. There's multiple people involved, 2 people particularly. And the spider comes through to do more of a capturing of the energy, or trapping, or preventing, scaring off, warding off, hearing those. And then the raven energy is doing more of the talking, having maybe some warning. So I feel like there's someone that might be warning you about a specific person that's coming in your life. I feel like this person might be trying to trap you into some type of situation here. Maybe they're just not speaking their truth, and you're coming from a place where you do speak your truth. That's why you're being asked to align your life right now, because even though, let's say, you don't align with this person because you are above them in some way, I feel like there's something about your life or something that you haven't cleaned up in your life that is making your vibration lowered a little bit, so that you are kind of at the same vibration in a sense with this person that you're aligning with right now. And your mission here is saying that, you know, you're kind of like you're a light worker, channeling, uplifting humanity. Does that align with what you feel out from this situation with this person? And be truthful and honest with yourself. Give us more messages about the situation, please. 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're being asked to be independent here with the cat spirit. And the 8 of Pentacles reversed. I'm feeling like we need to reconsider what we've been spending our time on, or maybe not tell other people, not really voice the opinion of the craft that we're into to someone who isn't into that. Yeah, I just feel like this energy right here is telling me that if there is anything that you are prematurely, I'm feeling like there's something prematurely being, I feel like it's unraveling itself, or it's being threatened. I'm seeing this bird and this cat. So I'm feeling like your alone time, your security, your patience, your clear-mindedness, your security kind of is being threatened by something that has to do with a work situation, is showing me here, first of all. And the Pentacles, I feel like we have the air, we have the communications and the passions here with the wands. So it's like these two go hand in hand. So the message that I'm supposed to kind of give you the news of, or tell you the warning here, is that if we don't align ourselves and we continue to perpetuate being attracted to the same type of person who ends up putting our security at risk, then also things at work might suffer. We might not be able to become the master of the craft that we want to pursue, things like that. Four of Cups and Nine of Swords. Four of Cups comes through to say, you know, there's like this level of dissatisfaction with what this person, I feel like, is kind of saying, oh, I can offer you this and that and trying to give you the world, but once you give it away and spend a night with this person, maybe you're going to be dissatisfied at the end result because they're here for a good time, not a long time. And then the Knight of Swords is telling me, and this is going to upset you. It's going to keep you up at night. It's going to mess with your self-esteem with the Centipede here. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get you a number here. Angel number. Whoa. All right, we have 6, 37, 29. 6, 37, 29 is your number. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me in this energy exchange. And if you feel so called and you would like to join me, if you have already, I appreciate you. Thank you. But if you have not subscribed, please consider it. I would love to have more help growing my channel. All right, well, thank you again. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to those of you who selected group number 3 with the King of Cups here. So we have a message today that the King of Cups wants to bring in through spirit animal energy, okay? So we're going to look at that and a few different cards, but it's going to be your main spirit animal, and I'm just going to try to get a vibe from it and see what the energy is. Oh, lovely. Bat. Fruit bat, particularly. Love fruit bat. And this card has kind of a double meaning for me because it's a number 12 and the fruit bat hangs upside down. So we have the energy of waiting. I'm also hearing Pisces. Man, it might be significant to you in the next few days, weeks, months coming. I'm feeling like this might have something to do with a relationship, something to do with a boss. Mostly I'm feeling relationship with that, and we have kindness, so I'm feeling like there is some generosity coming through. The King of Cups is a very generous individual. And let's go ahead and get some more information on this. So far the fruit bat is saying that they have noticed the sacrifices that you've made. Alright, we have the Emperor in reverse, we have the Knight of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So I'm seeing you have, like I said before, they wanted to acknowledge your sacrifice or something like that, right? Or your hard work. And then the Four of Cups reversed is showing me that you've alleviated a lot of dissatisfaction by not relying on expectation from other people. So another message I'm hearing is there is an upset in the matriarch. So I see this emperor elephant as maybe being a male elephant, but being upside down, I'm seeing this as an upset in the matriarchy, because I don't know if that's the right way you say that, but this elephant, you know, they're off a female leadership system with groups, big groups of leaders, of women elephants, female elephants, and the male, he kind of helps protect them or whatever. It's kind of like a lion situation, but I feel like in this particular thing, there's something of an upset of the female dynamic, because in this card, it tells a story of this female here in this card being helped by these bats because she was rejected and left abandoned by this ship. I can't remember the entire story, but I feel like, you know, the Six of Wands is telling me that there's definitely something that you were robbed of. I feel like someone has maybe even been manipulative with you, you maybe even had a father figure who was imbalanced in some aspect, that you are kind of learning, reprogramming that part of your upbringing at the moment. And the King of Cups, I love that this one came through and that's what you picked, because that's kind of this like setting you free from the energy of someone in the past, like helping you heal your father wounds. Who could do that best as a loving King of Cups, you know? And I feel like once a lot of this healing starts to progress, you know, things are going to move along quite swiftly. I feel like you guys are going to have lots of conversations. I feel like there is going to be this person coming in your life to help you heal a lot of wounds. That's what I'm feeling is a big message here. So let's go ahead and choose some of these cards here. Okay, we have Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And then we have Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Yeah, and this card I see, you know, it's not just a bat alone, like there's, you know, they come in big groups. So I feel like there's this group energy of this support that's around you, and you have multiple, like you have a couple court cards, or, you know, the Emperor as well. So there's multiple people I feel involved in this situation in order to find more balance and give you what you deserve as far as, you know, whatever was meant to find you and put you in the right position. But I feel like in this Warrior Woman card, it's like you can't wait for the position to be handed to you. You have to go out and get it. Okay, let's hear what other messages. The fruit bat, the elephant, the nautilus, what is that, a crane, and the peacock. What would they like to tell you? Release anything that keeps you from the path of authenticity. Yes. Yeah, that sword in this card of Warrior Woman, it's like the release in this sword here is like, this is the sword of truth. To release yourself from the false stories that have been told, from the hurt that you've had in the past, from things you've had to live through that, or survive, and surviving some things. Okay, and then we have patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. And the creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of the limitless creative soul. So yeah, with the King of Cups, I feel like he could also tell you to be patient. He could tell you that, you know, he's a very creative individual. He has worked on a lot of creative projects. And yeah, it's like even the creation, like when you create a child, you're expanding out, you know, that lineage. So it's like witnessing and unfolding limitless creative soul. Yeah, I just feel like once you kind of released some of these things that you felt were holding you back, or this kind of like, I feel like this card up in reverse tells me you stole my bounce. You know, when you are jumping in the trampoline with someone else and it's like they steal your bounce, it's kind of like that. Like as far as victory goes, like someone kind of came in and said something prematurely or made you feel a certain kind of way. Or I could even hear that this voice in your own head that is about maybe a passed on father figure who would say things to you that just weren't helpful when you were having a hard time. So you might be able to laugh about it now, but I feel you, because you know, we all have our mother and father wounds, and you know, I feel like this card is really saying step up and lead, you know, and the King of Cups would teach you to do this in a way that is emotionally balanced. You know, maintaining those emotions is quite a play. He can be a very powerful character depending on how he can regulate those emotions. So I believe what's happening here is you are adapting into these qualities. So these qualities are surfacing in order to show you what is it that you've learned already, what can we discard and release, because not all those lessons that we have from this individual that we learned a lot from are going to be valid in the future, right? There are some base things I feel like that are obviously there. You got to find the treasures amongst the trash, right? It's another thing I'm feeling here. But you are being guided in some aspect to find those treasures, to find those things that you are called to be able to do, to be able to have that truth and create a real presence about you that defines you more with this patience. I feel like also like there's this desperate energy that maybe you have had in the past where something happened, something switched off, and all of a sudden now like you got something, you like something clicked, and now instead of feeling like you need help from the kind of people who offer help and generosity, you are becoming that person who provides help to others. I'm feeling also others that do not have a voice, maybe even to animals. Maybe you are some kind of animal advocate. That's what is coming through too. All right, well, lots of messages here from your animal spirits. So let's go ahead and get an angel number for you. All right, that is 69. 22. 6922 is your angel number, okay? All right, well, thank you so much for joining me in this space, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. Come see me again if you feel so called. All right, bye-bye.